In a moment that should have marked the peak of grandeur after a spectacular appearance at the CELINE event in Paris, Kim Taehyung made a shocking decision. He left the world's fashion capital earlier than scheduled. While his presence at CELINE had captured global attention, his charismatic and radiant red carpet appearance earning praise from international fashion critics. Behind the camera flashes and glamour, Taehyung seemed to carry an unspoken unease. An underlying reason that has now come to light, and one that left Jungkook, his fellow BTS member and close friend, completely stunned. What truly prompted Taehyung to leave Paris so suddenly? Why did his departure deviate from the carefully arranged itinerary planned months in advance? And why was Jungkook so shocked upon hearing about it? According to sources close to Taehyung's Paris team, the decision to leave was made just hours after the CELINE show ended. That source mentioned Taehyung received a private call that seemed deeply personal and emotional. Shortly after, he declined to attend the after-party and immediately ordered that his flight to America be arranged. CELINE staff were reportedly confused and even disappointed, but they chose to respect his decision. It was urgent. He didn't smile like usual. "We knew something had shifted," said a fashion photographer who noticed a change in Taehyung's expression that night. What made this even more mysterious was Jungkook's reaction, who was reportedly unaware of Taehyung's sudden departure. Jungkook, who was already in the US with Jimin and Suga, was said to have only found out about Taehyung's arrival plans after a staff member told him directly. He was truly surprised. Jungkook even thought it was just a rumor, revealed a member of HYB's flight coordination team. While the public assumed it was simply another work-related trip, the reality was different. In a private interview later leaked to Korean media, Taehyung revealed that leaving Paris wasn't about another project or agency pressure, but due to a feeling that couldn't be explained. He said, "I had to go, not because of contracts, not because of work, but because I felt someone needed me." That ambiguous statement immediately sparked speculation, especially among ARMY who have long interpreted every BTS member's message as a potential signal. Was the someone Taehyung referred to Jungkook? Or perhaps Jimin, who was recently reported to be emotionally drained due to military pressure and media coverage? Or was this about something deeper, an internal condition within BTS currently in transition, preparing for a future reunion? Jungkook's reaction to Taehyung's sudden arrival in Los Angeles also drew attention. According to a fan who was near the hotel where the members were staying, Jungkook was seen hugging Taehyung tightly upon seeing him. In fact, according to several eyewitness accounts, Jungkook was seen tearing up while speaking privately with V. Taehyung's decision to leave Paris early also triggered speculation about his emotional state. Many believe that even though he appeared visually flawless, he was hiding internal pressure. This wasn't the first time Taehyung revealed a vulnerable side unknown to the public. He had previously disappeared from social media for weeks without explanation, later revealed as a period of personal reflection. In a brief live broadcast on Weverse after arriving in Los Angeles, Taehyung finally addressed ARMY. With a serious expression and a voice that seemed to be holding back something, he said, "Sometimes, the heart knows where we need to go, even if the mind hasn't figured it out yet." The statement seemed to confirm that his move wasn't about logistics or career strategy, but rather an urgent emotional necessity. This opened wide discussions among South Korean entertainment analysts. Many believe the pressure on BTS as national icons' post-military enlistment mandates has created emotional tension and internal imbalance. One by one, BTS members are starting to show signs of vulnerability. From Suga, who once spoke about feeling empty amid his career, to Jimin, who reportedly skipped some schedules due to psychological fatigue, with 4 BTS members, Taehyung, Jungkook, Jimin, and Suga, being in Los Angeles simultaneously. Many suspect this is part of a healing process, reconnection, and possibly a secret preparation. However, among all the emerging signs, what stands out most is the fact that their interactions seem far more emotional and personal. There were no official statements, no concert announcements, and no promotional interviews. Only silence, reunions, and an energy that is hard to explain but feels very real. So what exactly is going on? Why did Taehyung feel the need to see Jungkook right away? What made Jungkook so surprised he cried? And is all of this leading toward a major shift in BTS's future direction? One thing is clear. BTS is moving, not in the usual glamorous way, but through quiet steps filled with deeper stories. Behind the grand stage and Paris fashion lights, a decision was born out of the heart's whisper. And when Jungkook understood the reason behind Taehyung's move, he could only say, sometimes, all we need is the presence of someone who understands without needing an explanation. Is this the beginning of BTS's return? Or an emotional chapter they must pass before stepping into the future again? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. Taehyung's presence in Los Angeles is no coincidence, and Jungkook's reaction is far from ordinary. Something is happening. Something that could change the story forever. After various speculations emerged and social media was flooded with shocking news regarding Kim Taehyung leaving Paris earlier than scheduled and Jungkook's so-called surprised reaction, the real facts finally began to surface. Although the narrative circulating among fans sounded very emotional and convincing, with added dramatic elements about deep interaction between Taehyung and Jungkook, including the idea of a secret BTS mission in Los Angeles. The reality is that most of the story is not entirely true. The initial information stating that Taehyung left Paris suddenly due to an emotional call or something indescribable turns out to have no strong basis. According to an official statement from CELINE staff who released a clarification after many misleading reports, Taehyung did leave Paris early, but the reason was simple and professional: logistical matters and a personal schedule that had been arranged well in advance. There was no element of a calling of the heart as exaggerated by many online rumors. Taehyung's agency also provided information through Korean media that his departure from Paris had been scheduled even before the CELINE event took place. V had several personal activities that needed to be carried out overseas, including collaboration agendas and filming sessions, said a source from Bighit Music. In other words, Taehyung's departure was not an emotional reaction or sudden action as dramatized by various parties. Meanwhile, regarding the claim that Jungkook was shocked to learn of Taehyung's return to America, the actual facts are much calmer and more professional. Jungkook, who was in America for personal schedules and possibly music-related activities, has never made any public statement indicating surprise or emotional reaction about V's arrival. In fact, to this day, neither Jungkook nor Taehyung has made any post or comment confirming such rumors. Unfortunately, narratives like this often emerge from exaggerated speculation among fans or entertainment media seeking clickbait. Small pieces of information like Instagram stories, body movements at the airport, or facial expressions are often interpreted dramatically without direct confirmation from the parties involved. In this case, Taehyung's serious expression after the CELINE event was misinterpreted as emotional burden, when in fact, he may have simply been tired after a packed schedule in Europe. Similarly, the news that BTS members Jimin, Suga, and Jungkook suddenly gathered in Los Angeles for a secret joint project has yet to be backed by concrete evidence. So far, there's no solid indication that the four members are working on a group or subunit BTS project. In fact, reports from several Korean and international media suggest their activities in America are separate. Suga, in particular, is known to still be serving in the military as a public service worker and has not been granted permission to travel abroad, making the report of his presence in LA highly doubtful and likely inaccurate. In addition, the rumored massive collaboration with Hollywood artists such as Justin Timberlake and Billie Eilish has not been officially confirmed by any party. These names may have been speculated by fans or speculative media, but there has been no official announcement or documentation supporting it. The conclusion from this entire chain of information shows that the news claiming Taehyung left Paris due to emotional reasons and Jungkook's shocked reaction is more of a fictional narrative formed from assumptions, personal interpretations, and the desire to create a dramatic story. In reality, things are much simpler, more realistic, and professional. Such incidents are not new in the K-pop world, especially for a group as massive as BTS with a global fanbase. Every move they make, no matter how small, is always subject to speculation, and without careful context, can lead to mass misconceptions. In this case, the initial absence of official confirmation gave room for the birth of widespread false narratives. Therefore, it's important for the public and media to rely on trustworthy sources. The desire to know more about idols is understandable, especially when they rarely share personal information. But there must be a line between curiosity and spreading unfounded stories. BTS's agency has repeatedly emphasized the importance of respecting the privacy of their artists, especially during this period when they are focusing on individual careers and the group's hiatus. Every personal activity they undertake, whether related to work or private rest, doesn't always need to be tied to drama or excessive emotional narratives. With all these facts and clarifications, it is clear that the story about Taehyung leaving Paris for emotional reasons and surprising Jungkook is not real. The story is more of a narrative construction created to fulfill the public's craving for drama and is not based on verifiable facts. Now, what fans and the public can do is respect the personal space of BTS members and follow official developments through valid channels. Taehyung, Jungkook, Jimin, Suga, and all BTS members will continue on their individual journeys, and whatever comes next will be announced properly. Let's continue to support them in a healthy, realistic, and respectful way, not by spreading stories that have not been proven. Because in the end, facts will always stand firm, even if wrapped in seductive speculation.